In this video, we'll be taking a look at 3 NBA games happening on December 30th, 2022, and providing you with free team picks and total picks for each one of those games. So 2 picks for each game, 6 picks in total. Welcome back to Cash Out Sports. Let's dive right into it. Oh, and don't forget to subscribe and to click the bell icon to get notified as soon as these videos get released, so that you have more time to plan out your bets as we provide these videos on a daily basis. I can guarantee that you'll have all the important information that you'll need on these 3 NBA games after fully watching this video. One more thing before we start. If you would like to gain access to our best exclusive betting picks to take your sports betting journey to the next level, then check out our Patreon in the link down below, where we offer anywhere from 1 betting pick a day up to 10 betting picks a day and much more. Now let's get started. Detroit Pistons versus Chicago Bulls. The Detroit Pistons hit the road on Friday to take on the Chicago Bulls. The Pistons are coming off a fight-marred victory over the Orlando Magic on Wednesday night, while the Chicago Bulls come in after a huge overtime win over the Milwaukee Bucks on Wednesday. Both teams are on the outside of the playoff picture, looking in currently in the Eastern Conference. Looking at the betting trends, the Pistons are 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 games against a team with a losing record, 7-2-1 against the spread in their last 10 road games, and 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 games overall. The Bulls are 3-7 against the spread in their last 10 home games, 0-4 against the spread in their last 4 games against a team with a losing record, and 4-1 against the spread in their last 5 games overall. Head-to-head, the under is 8-0 in the last 8 meetings overall. The Pistons are 0-5 against the spread in the last 5 meetings in Chicago, and the Pistons are 1-10 against the spread in the last 11 meetings overall. The Pistons are shorthanded again, as Hamidou Diallo and Killian Hayes are both out, while Marvin Bagley is questionable with an illness. The Bulls have their own issues, as Derrick Jones Jr., Patrick Williams, and Kobe White are all questionable. The Pistons were able to snap a losing streak with a win on Wednesday, but I don't see them winning against this Bulls team, who have really picked things up with 4 wins in their last 5 outings. I'm not excited to lay big chalk with the Chicago Bulls, but they're clearly the better team here, and their win over the Bucks may be a turning point for them overall. The Detroit Pistons are just a terrible team that's down a lot of players, and they're losing their last 5 games by an average of 10 points. I can't get jiggy with the Pistons, so the Chicago Bulls to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The Pistons are 21-15-1 in hitting the over this season, which ranks 4th in the NBA. Chicago, meanwhile, plays at a pace of 100.4, which ranks 18th, while they have an offensive efficiency 110.4, which ranks 14th, and a defensive efficiency of 111.2, which ranks 18th, as Detroit should also be able to score on them. Detroit, meanwhile, has a defensive efficiency of 115.8, which is 29th, showing how bad they are defensively, while they play at a pace of 100.7, which ranks 16th. Meanwhile, in the Pistons' last 10 games, the games are averaging 239 points per game, while Chicago's last 10 are averaging 238.5 points per game. Given how bad Detroit is defensively, I like this being a high-scoring affair, as the Bulls should be able to score a ton of points, while the Pistons can also score a decent amount as well. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. Minnesota Timberwolves versus Milwaukee Bucks. The Minnesota Timberwolves and Milwaukee Bucks meet Friday in NBA action at the Fiserv Forum. The Minnesota Timberwolves have lost 4 straight games. The Milwaukee Bucks have lost 4 straight games. The Timberwolves are 2-5 against the spread in their last 7 road games. The Bucks are 5-1 against the spread in their last 6 home games, and 0-4 against the spread in their last 4 games overall. The over is 5-2 in Timberwolves' last 7 road games. The over is 4-1 in Bucks' last 5 overall. Milwaukee is back at home. The Bucks are a completely different team at home. While defensively they are solid and without Towns, the Timberwolves' offense is not the same. Milwaukee is also 17-15-2 in covering the spread, while as a home favorite they are 12-5, while Minnesota is 3-7 against the spread as a road underdog. Even with Middleton out and Halliday questionable, the Bucks' offense still has too many weapons for the Timberwolves team, who has struggled as of late. Milwaukee should also be able to limit Gobert down low with Lopez and Portis, as Gobert has been a huge part of their offense and rebounding. The Minnesota Timberwolves continue to play dumb ball down the stretch, and they're not a team I trust against above-average teams. The Milwaukee Bucks play their best ball at home, where they win by an average of 10 points and shoot 48.4% from the field. I just have no confidence in the Timberwolves, a team that turns the ball over and finds ways to lose. I expect Milwaukee to play solid defense at home and really limit and frustrate Minnesota's offense. As well, once the Bucks get out to an early lead, Milwaukee will want to slow the game down while the Timberwolves will be forced to shoot bad shots, and they already aren't a good shooting team. As well, Milwaukee currently plays at a pace of 100.1, which ranks 19th, while their defensive efficiency is 108.2, which ranks 6th. Minnesota, meanwhile, plays at a pace of 102.6, which does rank 6th, but their offensive efficiency ranks just 17th. Milwaukee's last 10 games are also averaging 228 points per game, which includes games in which they allowed 142 and 139 points, which Minnesota won't be able to do. In the Timberwolves' last 10 games, those games are averaging 229 points per game, which also includes a game against Chicago that went for 276 points, which is a major outlier, as if you take that game out, they averaged 223 points per game. Under the projected total is our full game total pick. Philadelphia 76ers versus New Orleans Pelicans. This Friday, the Philadelphia 76ers will travel to New Orleans to take on the New Orleans Pelicans. Tip-off will be inside the Smoothie King Center. These two teams have not matched up this season, but I am still expecting a battle in this one. The 76ers are coming into this game after falling to the Washington Wizards 116-111. They struggled on the defensive end of the floor, as they will have to get more stops in this one if they want to challenge the Pelicans on the road. New Orleans is entering this matchup after defeating the Minnesota Timberwolves 119-118. This one came down to the wire, but the Pelicans were able to squeeze out a win. They will have to stay aggressive in this game if they want to defeat the Sixers at home. Looking at the betting trends, the 76ers are 1-4 against the spread in their last 5 road games, 8-2 against the spread in their last 10 games against a team with a winning record, and 7-2 against the spread in their last 9 games overall. The Pelicans are 0-5 against the spread in their last 5 games playing on 1 day's rest, and 7-3 against the spread in their last 10 games following a win. Head-to-head, the under is 4-1 in the last 5 meetings in New Orleans, and the 76ers are 1-5-1 against the spread in the last 7 meetings overall. The Philadelphia 76ers are attractive in the underdog role, but they're not nearly as good on the road as they are at home. Zion continues to play like a top 5 player, and the New Orleans Pelicans are one of the best home teams in the league, where they win by an average of 8 points. Another statement game for the Pelicans, and I trust them to show up. The Pelicans are sitting at the top of the Western Conference standings for a reason, so the New Orleans Pelicans to win and cover the spread as favorites is our full game side pick. The Pelicans' defense has been largely disappointing over their last 5 games. Only once did they hold a team under 117 points during that stretch. When you have such an offensive juggernaut like the Sixers coming your way, things could get out of control fairly quickly. The Sixers rank 11th in offensive efficiency. They have a higher true shooting percentage than the Pelicans do, even though they have been riddled with injuries for a decent chunk of the season. I don't see anyone stopping Harden in this game. In his last 3 games, he's had 13, and 21 assists. New Orleans also ranks high in offensive efficiency. They score 113 points per 100 possessions, which puts them all the way up to 5th in the NBA, with Philadelphia being 9-5 on the over-under record on the road and the Pelicans being 6-1 on the over-under record in their last 7 overall. A high-scoring affair is very likely here. Over the projected total is our full game total pick. That's all for now, so if you have any other games you would like reviewed, then leave a comment down below with the game you would like analyzed. Subscribe to our channel, leave a like on this video, and we'll get to it as soon as we possibly can. We would also love to hear your opinion on the picks presented to you in this video, whether you agree or disagree with them, so leave a comment down below and do let us know.